There he is. So he played power forward back then too, right?
Yep, power forward. Well, point forward. He was a point forward back then. He used to bring the ball up a lot.
Oh, this is a new one. It's actually Raymond with the D,
Sure.
which is his stepdad's name, Raymond, who I named him after, really. But just put a D in front of it because it was his stepdad. So just put it with a D.
It just rolls off the tongue like that. It's Raymond, but you just thought of it. You just go roll with it. All right, yeah. I mean, there's gonna be kids named after Draymond.
Tell them what your baby name is.
My 5-year-old is named J-Mon. I start with a J. And it's because, I love Draymond. I love the name. And, I like all my kids' names start with a J. So it became between Jacoby and J-Mon. And one day, Draymond texted me. It's like, Coach, you got to name him J-Mon with the J. So that's where it came from. Well, actually, I was always a Lakers fan. I never really was a Pistons fan.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I always, because I love Magic, and so I was always a Lakers fan. Late show, stay up to watch the Lakers play, and I admired Isaiah Thomas, but Magic was the man.
Yeah. What about you,
See,
Mary?
for me, I love Isaiah. Isaiah was my favorite player.
Ah,
Probably still is to the day because I think that's where I get my passion from watching the Bad Boys. A lot of it just watching Isaiah. I was just talking about him, how he played that game where he hopped on one leg.
Yep.
And I think that's why I go so tough on players because they cry about a pinky finger. It's like, dude, are you serious? I'm talking about the time when guys played ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't, okay, you make money, but it wasn't for the money. It's for the love of the game. I'm going to do this regardless. They had 2 fingers taped up and only could use their thumb. They was dribbling that ball with their thumb. That's why I love the game. Basically, the Bad Boys would just turn me into my love for the game.
hey, I was wondering, since we're talking about Isaiah, they had a recent debate about Isaiah and Steph.
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think?
Isaiah stuff was tough.
Yeah, yeah,
And it wasn't with all 3-pointers.
yeah.
That was tough.
It was a different era, and Isaiah, like you said, he was tough, hard nosed. Like anytime he go to the hole, he can get knocked out. I've seen a couple times, a couple guys stuck an elbow to him, things like that. So, yeah, I would roll with Isaiah on that one.
But it's tough, the whole thing about comparing.
Yeah.
We're comparing too
I
much
hate
these
comparing.
days.
Came along on the team as the coaching staff. It was something about him and the whole team. They had this certain aura about themselves. And I told him he kind of reminded me of a Jalen Rose. I ain't saying he was cocky, but he talked the talk and walked the walk. The same Draymond you see now is the same Draymond was back then. Draymond was a leader back then. He was one of the coaches on the floor. He was outspoken. He didn't bite his tongue about nothing. If he felt something wasn't going right, he would let coach know. And his play showed on the court. His toughness, his heart. He had heart here. He played with passion here.
Yeah. So did he play varsity starting his junior year?
No, his sophomore year.
Sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
And so you saw him when he joined the team as a sophomore, right?
Actually, I wasn't the coach then. I was the assistant coach in his junior year.
In his junior year. Okay.
And that's when he really evolved, his game. You seen the, because I used to come to the game when he was a sophomore, seen the potential he had, and once he became a junior, he just exploded. Just took the state by surprise.
And when he was a sophomore, though, was he as vocal, just as a new kid on the block, so to speak?
That's something
Still.
she probably had to
And he's been that way. I mean, he didn't make the team because Lou kept him off varsity when he first got here. He was a freshman.
Lou is the head coach, Lou Dawkins,
was the head
right?
coach at the time. He was immature because he was too vocal. It's like, okay, little boy, you ain't done nothing. You just got here. You haven't done anything. Haven't proven anything. So he played freshman, but freshman was so easy. He made like 33 points a game on freshman.
Yeah.
And he talked about that forever. And he ended up making it the next year and starting. So he did it.
Especially that the rivalry between Saginaw High and Arthur Hill was really magnified when Draymond junior year. Well, actually, every year he was here, but especially we was 1 and 2 in the state. You know, they was number 1, we was number 2.
Wow.
And then the first game they beat us, then the second game we beat them, so we was number 1, number 2, and we had to play the first game of the districts, and we ended up beating them to go all the way to the state championship, led by Draymond Green.
Now the other high school is which high school?
Arthur Hill.
And it's around here too.
That's
Yeah.
where Jason come from.
Yeah, that's what Jason Richards.
Oh, okay. So both teams, state of Michigan from Saginaw.
Yeah.
Wow.
One
That's
and two,
crazy.
always they would flip flop every year. 1 and 2, 1 and 2.
A lot of tradition there.
Yeah, a lot of tradition. I know the year before I came, Arthur Hill won the state championship in '06, and then they beat Saginaw High in the district game, and Draymond promised Dorian Dawkins that they weren't gonna lose again to Arthur Hill in the districts, and
And they didn't lose.
they didn't lose to him.
Speaking of Jason Richardson, is that why he wears 23 or was
He would say that's why. I'm not sure. But I read that's why. I didn't know that was why. But
all right? Thanks.